computer.
So, hello everyone. I'm Jerry, president of this club, and welcome to the Youth Toastmaster Leadership Program. And this is our 8th week, the last week of our program. The Toastmaster today will be Victoria. This is her first time to do Toastmaster. Welcome, Victoria.
Okay, hi guys. So I'm just gonna kind of introduce the roles here. So timer is Leo, grammarian is Ying, all counter is Judy, general evaluator is Jerry, and then vote counter is Sam. And then so do you guys want to kind of give a description of what you guys do?
Yeah, so again, I'm the timer, and as a timer, basically, I will kind of time not only the prepared speeches, but also the table topic speeches. And so for the table topic speeches, I'll like put up a green screen when you hit 1 minute, and then a yellow screen when you hit 1 minute, 30 seconds. And then finally a red screen when you hit 2 minutes. And then for the prepared speeches, I'll do a green screen at 5 minutes, a yellow screen at 6 minutes, and then a red screen at 7 minutes.
Thank you, Miss Toastmaster. My responsibility as the all counter is to count any unnecessary word or repetitive word you may use when you are speaking, like like those filler words affect the effectiveness of your speech. I will present my report when called up by the General Evaluator. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Toastmaster. I'm the general evaluator today, and basically I will give a general evaluation of the meeting today and give out some advice of where we can improve overall. And yeah, back to you, Toastmaster.
I'm Sam. Thanks, Toastmaster. I am the vote counter for today. So at the end of the day, we'll vote for most improved and the best table topic speaker, and then we'll also vote for the best prepared speech today, and then I'll be the one to announce those results.
Ying, you weren't here, but we're just kind of describing our roles here, and then you are grammarian.
Okay. Should I just go ahead with the role description? Okay, I am the grammarian for today, and I check on grammar issues, and yeah, and I'll just make the report at the end of the meeting. And the word of the day is gonna be it's gonna be mandate. I mean, it's probably like a common word, but mandate means, I'll type it in chat later. Mandate means require. Yeah, that's pretty much it means when you an example would be a governor has mandated a new mask rule or whatever. I'll type it in chat later.
Okay, great. So today we have 3 prepared speeches. So we have Sam, Xavier, and me. So do we want to start with that? And then the evaluator for all of them is, so for Sam, it's me. And then for Xavier, it's Jerry. And then for my speech, it's Miss Chen. So does Sam want to start?
Yeah, sure. Just to clarify, we're allowed to talk about pretty much like any topic, right? It wasn't like specific to. Okay, sounds good. Yeah, I think I'm ready to start. So, do I just start, or should I wait for Leo to like count me off?
Yeah, whenever you're ready.
Okay, sounds good. Okay. Hi, my name is Sam. Today I'm going to talk about a decision I made during high school that actually pretty much really changed my course of like my high school life. And that was accepting or choosing to participate in the middle college program. I'm not sure if a lot of you guys heard of it because it's not a super popular program. I didn't even really hear about it until a couple of friends have decided to try it out and they told me about it. So middle college is basically this program where it gives an opportunity for high school students to kind of get ahead of their college experience or get ahead in college a little bit. Basically, what happens is you take college classes your junior or senior year, and you can basically choose any college classes you want, but you still have to you still have to finish all the required classes you need to take in order to graduate. So there are 2 high school classes that you have to take officially, but then the rest is basically just your choice. The reason why I decided to do middle college was because during the time where I was able to apply when I was a junior or when I was going to be a junior, everything was already becoming to become an online system, online school. I already did 6 weeks of online school at my regular high school before summer started, and since I knew that the next year was going to be all online, I figured it wouldn't really be different doing an online middle college program versus just doing an online high school, since I already knew what that experience was like, and I didn't think it was going to be any different. So that really helped give me the stepping stone or the confidence to choose the middle college program. But the biggest reason why I chose the middle college program was because I was really tired of having all these restrictions that the school system mandated on the students in order for you to graduate. So, for example, like PE, 2 years of PE, 3 years of math, 3 years of English, blah, 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 blah. And all these classes took like a year for you to finish. So I really had no choices to take any classes I was really interested in. I was looking through my high school roster, and there were actually a lot of electives that I thought I would genuinely enjoy, but I only really had so little opportunities to take them, or little space to take them. Not to mention, because it is a public school, not all the teachers are the best, and not all the electives are the best either. However, in college, since these are all college professors who specialize in these classes, it's a bit different because all these teachers are passionate about this topic, or have taught this topic for years, or are like college professors that have taught in really good colleges, and then they retired and just decide to teach in a community college. So every teacher that I've had so far at middle college, they've been really passionate about this class. They were really good teachers, and it really got me um more interested in the topic I was learning. There's definitely classes that I took because they were required and I didn't enjoy them so much, but because the teacher was so passionate, I in turn became more passionate about the topic too. I also learned way more, and because each class only lasts a semester, I was able to take pretty much almost double the amount of classes I would usually take, which also gave me more chances to take any electives. There's also a huge amount of opportunities, or sorry, not opportunities, a huge amount of choices, different classes, different variety of classes that I was able to take. So I had a huge variety of electives that I also could take versus in public school where there's really only so many electives. Um, but yeah, that's kind of why I chose middle college, because I wanted to have that freedom of being able to choose the classes I wanted to take that I was passionate about. It was also a chance for me to kind of create my own schedule too. I didn't really like how structured high school was, and there's like a set amount of time that you have to take the class, and then a set amount of time when you come home, etc., etc. With middle college classes, because you get to choose your own schedule and everything, um, it even though I have more hours spending time in class, it feels like I have way more freedom to do stuff that I want to do, such as hobbies or like hanging out with my friends. And the freedom of it just really makes that experience way better than the high school experience. One thing I also want to add about getting ahead of other students when it comes to colleges, because this program is because this program offers you to take college classes. It's at a community college. um you get to have these credits that you take, these classes that you take, be transferred to any school that you go to, specifically UCs or CSUs. So any class I take now during these 2 years, they're able to transfer into any class or to any college I decide to take. So if I do decide on a major that involves some of these classes, I don't have to retake the class again because I already have all those credits. Can I get a time check, Leo? Is that allowed?
I'm not sure if that's allowed, but we are at about like 4 minutes 50.
Okay, sounds good. But yes, in conclusion, those are kind of the main reasons why I decided to take middle college. And although I know you guys are already all seniors and like applying to colleges and everything, I do recommend this program to any other students out there who basically are not listening to the speech. But that's basically, I just want to talk about why I chose middle college and why I enjoy it. Thank you.
Okay. Do you want me to go next, or do you want to go, Xavier?
Can I go first? Okay. Hello, I'm Xavier Chen. Today I'm gonna talk about how to find motivation for learning. There is a sentence in the book Educational Psychology. Many students lack learning motivation because they failed to establish a connection between their current study and their future life. I have a friend who is always hardworking. He came to the United States with his mother when he was in junior high. In his junior year for high school, he took 6 AP courses and his grades were almost all A. I had a conversation with him last year. I asked, you have taken so many AP courses in 1 year and you did so well. What's your motivation for learning? He smiled and said, my mother told me that after studying AP courses, I can go to a good college. After that, I learned that his mother was really strict with him. Everything in the future was planned, and he never tried to disobey at all, which is indeed admirable. His motivation for learning is the goal his mother gave him, and he has always followed and tried his best to achieve this goal. Interest is also one aspect that gives oneself motivation. Develop interest in what we have to learn, have to study. This will make studying more enjoyable. I have another friend who likes Blackpink very much. Blackpink is a South Korean girl group. She has done what I think is crazy, that buying several of the same albums at high prices. Chasing stars gave her the motivation to study, like a car that needs gasoline to move. When she doesn't want to study, she listens to Blackpink songs so that she is motivated to do her work. I have read the news from the University of London before. It is about ways to motivate ourselves to learn. The ones that impress me most are: the first one is, do not run away. Avoiding work can make you feel deflated. This is emotionally more draining than having to go through the frustration of reading for your paper. And the second one is, don't question your ability, which means don't put ourselves down by comparing ourselves to others. The third one is, focus on the task at hand. Prioritize the most important task and avoid multiple tasks at the same time. The last one is, communicate to others any difficulties or what you intend to do. This can help us participate in the process and identify important tasks. Communication can help us focus on our near-term goals, and we can also learn about other people's perspective and tips. That's it. Thank you.
Okay. Leo, are you ready for my speech?
Yep.
Okay. Right. There are many values in life. Oh, by the way, I'm talking about personal growth. Anyway, there are many values in life. It could be education, love, money, anything. My value in life is personal growth. It sounds like nothing, but it plays a part in everyone's life. What is personal growth, you may ask? Personal growth is the desire to become a better version of oneself every day. a timeless pursuit. It refers to a lifelong process to improve one's own performances through formal and informal approaches. In life, everyone is in competition with something. If it's a test, you compete to see who gets the better grade. If it's a race, you compete to see who will win. But we never really think about ourselves as a competition, at least not consciously. Life is all about decisions, and personal growth builds on those decisions. You can decide to be a better version of yourself than yesterday, or you can give up on yourself and say later. I have learned that one of the most important competitions in your life is yourself. Because no matter who you beat, it's not as satisfying a feeling than knowing that you did better than the past version of yourself. This might sound crazy, but consider this. No one knows what you're going through in life. No one knows your hardships. They don't care that you might be having a particularly bad day that day, but you do. You know everything that there is to know about you, and you know that overcoming certain difficulties in your life is a lot harder. This is when you get to make that decision. When you're going to try your best. Are you going to try your best, or are you going to be better than before, or give up and say later? That is personal growth. I have overcome many difficulties in my life, some of which happened throughout my high school career. And I have taught myself that if I was to succeed in anything, I had to be strong and overcome it and not just back down in defeat. One of the things that have taught me about personal growth is my unwillingness to quit. Honors chemistry was the hardest class I've ever taken, or at least one of them. It took so much out of me to even try to understand the material that was being taught to me. I always got Fs on my tests and never knew what to do to make it better. Many times I've been told to just drop the class, and many times I thought about dropping the class, thinking that it might be the best option for me, but I never went through with it. I knew that if I quit on something as simple as a class in high school, there wouldn't be anything that I could overcome later in life. So I didn't quit, and slowly but surely my grades started getting better. I started to see progress, and with the help of my teachers, friends, and family, I started to see progress with the help of teachers, friends, and family. Sorry. I'm still not satisfied with the outcome sometimes, but I've learned that I have to give time to learning. Another example of my journey with personal growth is my love for horsemanship. I've been riding since I was 4 years old, but I've never gotten discouraged when I did bad. For example, at horse shows, you're competing against lots of people. You either place or you don't. I've learned that if I do not place, I have two options. I could either choose to learn from the experiences and walk away gracefully, or I could get upset. Either way, there isn't a way to go back or fix anything. If I choose to learn something from the experiences, I gain knowledge, and I know what to do next time to make things better. But if I choose to get upset about the situation, then I not only get myself worked up, I also end up making the same mistakes later in the future. When I fall off, I get back on the horse because I know that if I quit, then I start to subconsciously think that I'm not able to do better. If I start to think that, I'll no longer be progressing. Every time I get on a horse, I face the risk of potentially hurting myself, but that doesn't stop me from doing something that I love. Because if I was supposed to take every precaution in life and be safe, I won't be able to accomplish anything. I can't let that fear of a possible injury stop me from doing something that I'm passionate about. I used to think that self-value was learned by the grades that you get and the things that you do, that you're worth as much as your grades say you are. If the grades were bad, it meant that you were a bad student or a bad person overall. But over time, I've come to realize that what you do does not determine the quality of your life or you as a person. Grades, work, they're just a representation of who you are. How can an object determine whether you're a good person? Your character is determined on how you view things, how you handle different situations, and how you treat people. Personal growth challenges us every day because every day we have a new standard we have to live by. Healthy competition with ourselves is very important in life. Once in a while, we need that rush of joy, knowing that we won something. But what better way to feel that and be on a path of becoming a better version of ourselves? If you give up the minute things start to get rough, you won't get to see the progress that you've had. you give up on the chance of something that could potentially be amazing. Every time we quit, we're taking away a skill in life. We are giving up a part of ourselves. We are telling ourselves that we're not good enough to accomplish the goals we set in front of us. Therefore, stop doubting yourself and get it done. Don't say later, and start seeing the progress that you've made through your life, and eventually see that personal growth. So I think Sam went first, so should I give my evaluation first? I need to pull it up. Okay, so for Sam, I really liked your speech. It was really thought out. It was planned. It was prepared. You made everything really clear, and it was clear that you like practiced because you kind of flowed through everything. You did have a little hiccup with the asking about the time. I get it. It's kind of hard because you don't have the time yourself, but you did really well. You used body language, and then everything that you said, it was detailed, and it was really clear, at least to me. You also explained why you were interested and why it was a good program and the benefits that came with it. I think a few pointers that I'll have to make is you should probably look at the camera a little more. I know you're probably just reading the thing off screen, but kind of like make eye contact with the screen a little, because where your audience is. For me, I kind of read my speech, but I split screened my iPad, so it was like on the side. And you were a little bit rushed in the beginning. You kind of mellowed out later on, but I think you might be a little nervous at the beginning, so you kind of got a little rushed, and I think that might have caused you to have a shorter time and ask for the time. But overall, I really liked it. Good job.
Thank you.
And then I think it's Jerry who is the next one.
I'm the evaluator for Xavier. So Xavier, good job. Really good speech. Okay. So first of all, you choose a pretty interesting topic. The topic act kind of like a hook. And also you have a really good structure for overall speech. You are telling different stories, which is your own experience with your friends. You tell stories slowly, and you express the main idea through the stories. So I think this is a really good thing. And also, your expression is really clear. So we can clearly know what you want to express. We know what you want to say, and your word is really simple. So I think that's really good. Keep it up. And the best thing is you have a really good pace. When doing your speech, the most important thing is to keep your pace, because we don't have timer. We have a timer. You cannot time yourself. So keeping pace is a really important skill we need to handle. You need to know you need to know how much time your speech take. And if your speech is a little bit short, you may need to you may need to speak slower, right? If your speech is a little bit too long, you may speak a little bit faster. So that's about the pace, which is really important. And your speech is well prepared. I can see many quotes from different resources, for example, from different books, I think is really good. And another thing for speech, which is really good, is you're pretty specific about the detail you talk about. For example, when you talk about Blackpink, many people might not know about this, but you explain what is Blackpink. So I think this is really good, that you're being really specific and you explain what other people might not know about. So basically, that is it. I think it's really well prepared speech. You're doing a really good job for the first time, but your speech might be a little bit shorter. So maybe you can write a little bit more stories or a little bit more of your personal opinions about the topic. So I think you're really close to 5 minutes, almost. But try to have more content and maybe practice your speech and time yourself a few times before delivering the speech, so you can have a sense of how much time it takes, and you can add a little bit more content if it's uh, below 5 minutes. But overall, this is a really good speech. I think you did a really good job. You have a really good pace, really clear expression, and really clear structures, and you're really specific about it. So I think really, really good job, Xavier. And I hope you can improve more in the next speech. Thanks.
Thank you.
And then it's Miss Chen for my speech.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. As the evaluator for Victoria, I think it's my honor to stand here today to speak about her personal growth. If it's possible, I would like to make it a mandate for everyone to join Toastmasters, because we can all see your personal growth here, no matter how old are you. And then regarding specifically her speech, one is about the content. Of course, it's a great choice, great topic, and it shows her confidence and enthusiasm. Next is about the delivery. Number one, she used a variety of different sentences, like if. So that is very interesting and seems very powerful. Number two, she used lots of questions to ask herself or ask you guys, and then can attract your attention immediately. Number three, she used lots of simple words. There's no complicated words in the whole speech, but it definitely delivers a message to us. And her voice is not loud, but very clear. Also, she has a little bit facial expression that can make us feel her sincere and determination. With all that being said, a little improvement. One is speak a little bit too fast, and from beginning to the end, it's like one speech overall. It's not like sometimes you speak louder or slower. It's like no emphasis, especially the ending. So when you end, you kind of let people know you are ended. And then it's like an invitation for people to applaud for you. So make sure you have a good and impressive ending and have the hint to let people know you are ended. So overall, great speech. Thank you. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you so much. Okay, so next is table topics. Can we have a volunteer, maybe?
I can volunteer.
Great. Okay. So I think today's questions are going to be a little more casual. I don't want to have like a whole think about your life type of thing. So, what do you wish you spent more time doing 5 years ago?
That's actually a pretty deep question, I gotta say. But I think the thing I would kind of want to spend more time, or something that I wish I spent more time 5 years ago. Well, 5 years ago would have been when I was 12, so I guess I was in middle school. I think I would have wanted to spend more time practicing piano, actually, just because I am into music, and I do think about doing a music major. And my biggest regret was, well, first, I didn't really learn Chinese all that well, and that's also another big regret. But also learning piano, because there was a time where I was actually taking piano classes, and then I quit because I got bored and I just wasn't practicing. I took it again for like a year, but then the same thing happened. I never really got into it. But the issue is I do actually enjoy playing piano. It's just that for some reason, I just never really was too serious about it, and it is still one of my biggest regrets, because being a piano player, well, first of all, it's pretty cool. As soon as someone tells you they know how to play piano and they play a song for you, you're like, wow, this person has like brownie points now. But because I am a music major, I feel like being able to play piano at least really well is definitely a valid skill, and I can really only play like intermediate songs, maybe even easier than that. So I think learning Chinese, but mainly also being more serious about piano is something I would have loved to do 5 years ago. Thank you.
Nice. I like the brownie points comment. That's cute. Does anyone else want to volunteer?
I can go.
Okay. What makes you smile? Like, what's something that you're really passionate about that you really love doing?
Well, I do have something that I'm very obviously passionate about, and that is, of course, my rocketry team. Does it really make me smile is a question I guess I actually sometimes ponder myself, because the responsibility of constructing a rocket and leading a team is tremendous, and it has definitely taken a toll on me for doing something for 3 years straight. So sometimes when things don't go right, I do ponder, do I really like rocketry, or am I just in here to finish this? But I think in the end, after all this is done and the team is over, I think I've realized that I actually do really love rocketry. And every time when I watch the rockets take off at the field, it blasts off through the sky, piercing through the cloud. And when it makes a landing, I do think is the happiest moment of my life. It's not just smile, it's pure joy that when I run towards the rocket as it drifts down into the field, and I catch it and I watch it touch the ground. I do think that, in the end, I think it is what I enjoy, and no matter how hard it is, or how much trouble we have, or how much we suffer while doing this, I think in the end everything pays off. And I do think it's it was probably one of the happiest moment of my life. Yeah.
That was really good.
I can go.
Okay, great. You helped me out there. Okay. Do you want to maybe in the future have a job that you really enjoy, as in like both like a hobby, and so basically a job that you really love doing as well as making money? Or do you want to have like a stable job that makes a lot of money but have like a hobby on the side?
So I think, first of all, I think I will find a job that will make pretty stable money first, because I think, first of all, I learned a lot of things. I've received many education. So I receive all this education to find a job that can actually give me a stable life, instead of just hoping my parents can support me for the rest of my life. I will mandate myself to study harder, learn harder, and find a good job for myself. But however, I think hobby is also a really important thing that I will consider you to see the hobby as my job. Because, for example, my major might be related to my hobby in the future. So if that thing can happen, or the major I study or the job I take is actually my hobby, that would be perfect, right? Although it's pretty hard for this to happen, but if that really happened, I would be really glad, because my job is also my hobby, and there's no other more happier thing than that, right? However, if I did not meet that kind of situation, I would consider to find a stable job first, and then later on, when I already have a good amount of money that can support my life, or at least a really good life, I would consider to do more of the hobby, to lead myself to hobby side, and maybe even see my hobby as my job. That's all possible, and that's my opinion.
Okay, anyone else? No. Okay, so can we should we get the voters or votes in? I think Sam is the vote counter. So could you just, everyone type in the private chat and tell him who's the best table topics, most improved, and then I think there was a best speech.
Okay, was everyone able to get their votes in? Okay, I'm gonna start counting them. There's kind of a lot, so I'm just gonna, let me see. Give me like 5 seconds.
Okay, so while he's counting, Ying, also you're not, I'm not the vote counter. It's Sam. Anyway, so while he's doing that, can we have a timers report and how long they did and if they qualified?
Yeah, absolutely. So first I'll go over the prepared speeches. So Sam went first. He had a time of 5 minutes and 15 seconds, so he qualified. Xavier went next with a time of 4 minutes and 3 seconds. So unfortunately, he did not qualify. And then Victoria went last with a time of 5 minutes and 42 seconds. So you qualified as well. And then for the table topic speeches, Sam went first with a time of 1 minute and 21 seconds. So he qualified. Ying time was 1 minute, 28 seconds. He qualified. And finally, Jerry also qualified with a time of 1 minute and 44 seconds. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Great. Okay. Can we have the grammarian report and give us a number of who used the mandate word of the day? I think that's you, Ying.
Oh, sorry. I'm making the grammarian report, right? Okay. So let me talk first about our three speakers, those three prepared speech speakers. So Sam, I think the only major issue you had in your speech is used a lot of run-on sentences where you tend to like stitch multiple sentences together using conjunctions like and or like or like or and just try to avoid using that because it's not grammatically correct, and also it stresses your sentence so long that people will start losing to interpret the meaning of the sentence. Okay, and then next is Xavier, and kudos on using good metaphors in your speech. I really like that metaphor that you use in regards to gasoline. I don't see too much grammatical mistakes in your speech, especially because you spoke slowly and took your time to do your speech. That was very good. So good job. And Victoria, I paid close attention to your speech, but actually I was pretty surprised I couldn't really find any grammatical mistakes. So yeah, good job on that as well. And regarding our improv speech, generally everybody did pretty good, and yeah, that was pretty good. Yeah.
And how many people use the word mandate?
I think only Miss Chen used it. Oh, I even forgot to use it. That's not good.
Well, I think someone else used it.
Who else?
I used it at one point.
Yeah,
Okay,
same.
well, I missed it. then.
It's chill.
My
It's
bad.
fine.
That's my bad.
It's all good.
Okay, that's good. Good job for using the word of the day.
Thank you.
Okay, and then can we have all counter Judy give a report, please?
So for the prepared speech, Sam, you have 24 R, one kind of, 3 like, and Xavier, you only have 3 R. Victoria have 2. And for the table topic, Sam has 9 R, 1 like, 3 really. Ian have 4 R, Jerry have 1 R. And for the evaluator, Miss Chen doesn't have any R here. No, no like, no I think, this kind of word. And Victoria, you have 23 3 kind of, and several I think they were really unnecessary. And Jerry have 2 R and 1 kind of. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Okay, can we have General Evaluator Jerry give a report?
Yeah. So the meeting today is really good. It's really smooth overall. And the only small problem is that we kind of switched the order of evaluation and table topic. You know, we are supposed to give evaluators some time to prepare their evaluation. So it would be better if we do the table topic first, and then we do the evaluation. That would be better, but yeah, that's good. And although many people forgot to use the word of the day, but I think all the people now know the rules of themselves, what rules they're doing, and what they need to do. I think this is really good because we all understand the rules in Toastmaster. And we have 3 speeches today, which is impressive. Much better than before. We have 3 speeches, and all 3 speeches are pretty good. So I think the meeting today is a really huge improvement on both the understanding of rules and prepared speech. Yeah, back to you, Toastmaster.
Okay, I'm hoping everyone got their votes in and Sam was able to count them. So could you?
Yeah, I got the results. So the best speaker today for the 3 speeches that we had, it was me. Thank you. I promise I did not rig the votes. But it was me. Thank you. It was very close though, I will say. And the next one is most improved. That was Xavier. That was pretty much like a landslide. So good job, Xavier. And then the best table topic, this one was also landslide. Ying, that was you. Yeah, good job, guys. Those are the results.
Okay, I think that's pretty much it. So we should probably be assigning roles for the next meeting. So for Toastmaster, does anyone want to start it out? Or should we just have Jerry do it because it's the first public one?
Yeah, I can do it if there's no anyone else want to do it.
Yeah, well, I honestly anyone, but my thing I think was just like, you are president, you're the most comfortable with public speaking, and it's the first public thing.
Yeah.
Do you want to do it?
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it.
Okay, and then for timer, does anyone want to do timer? We had Leo this time.
I could be timer.
Okay. And then grammarian, this time was Ying.
I can do it.
Okay.
Okay.
And then counter, this time was Judy. Does anyone wanna?
I want to try outcounter actually. I haven't done it before.
Okay. And then general evaluator, I can do that actually. And then vote counter, this time was Sam. Does anyone want to do it?
I can do that.
Okay. And then do we have to have prepared speeches for next week?
We do.
We do. Okay, so is there like a specific theme that we're going for?
Not really. I mean,
One thing is like next time it's more like a showcase. So we can,
Yeah.
whoever is, you can use the speech we used before. So who volunteer? I think today we have some pretty good topics, speakers, and you guys can choose if you want to do it again. So next time it's more like show it to the public.
I actually want to do it because, this kind of free topic is pretty interesting. Yeah, I can do a speech. I hope we can get at least 3 prepared speech for next week. Have a good start.
Redo mine from today if that's okay.
I can also redo my speech unless someone wants to really speak. I'm okay to sit down, but I can also redo my speech or a speech I've done before, whichever one you prefer, Jerry or Mrs. Chen. I don't know which speech you think is better. I don't even know if you remember my other speech, but whatever you prefer.
Oh,
And that's 3. Oh, Ian, do you want to do it about Rocket? You can talk about Rocket, right?
I mean, I guess I'll probably just, you know what? How about I just take some a chunk out of my personal statement, because I wrote my personal statement super philosophical and super fancy. I'll just read about it, and it was about rocketry. I'll just take a chunk out of that or something.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think
That's
sorry.
Or
I think it's pretty good because you can do some advertising or marketing for your rocket team. And for Sam, I think today's speech is pretty good because not lots of people know about middle college, but your experience is very special and encourage people to explore more opportunities. I think today is pretty good, but whatever you prefer, your choice.
Yeah, I can do the middle college one. I'll make it more prepared though, because I did kind of improvise it a little bit today. But I'll have it more prepared and everything. So
so we kind of have 4 speakers. Is that fine?
Yeah, it's fine. As early as 3 to 4 speakers. Yeah.
Okay.
It might be over an hour.
Yeah, because today we're kind of we have 5 minutes left, so. And those 3 speakers. So if we had another speaker, add another 4 minutes. So probably another 10 minutes for evaluations and stuff like that.
Yeah, so you mean we better have 3 speakers?
Yeah.
I am willing to sit out.
I think because I'm trying to do some new topics, so I would write out a new speech. So maybe I can move to the later week, and Ian, Sam, and you already have a pretty well prepared speech, and you guys can do it next week. So you don't need to prepare for too long, and I don't have that much pressure.
Okay.
Oh,
Sounds
sounds
good.
good.
Yeah.
And then who wants to be evaluator? So for my speech next week.
I can do it.
And then for Sam's.
Can I do it?
And then for the Jen. Okay. I think that's it. Okay. Yeah, I think the meeting's concluded. Good job, everyone.
Thank you.
Great job. So we will take 10 minutes break. Come back, we'll discuss about college visit, the school visit. Yeah, and see you in 10 minutes. Break now.
老师，陈老师，
Yes.
你还在录制？
Oh, sorry.